All right. Merry Christmas for those who celebrate holidays. If not, just happy holidays, whatever. All right. So let's look at 3 piles. I'm going to shuffle here in front of you. It's the old-fashioned way. I don't know who invented pick-a-piles, but it is amazing. I like to put all my piles on separate piles just so I can see how many people chose the same number as me. All right, you can choose more than one number, but we're going to put them all back on one pile today because it's a marathon. You got 3 piles to choose from. Let's look at how this man or woman, how they feel about you. I don't even know if I've done a how they feel about you. I just kind of just end up picking that up in my reading. So we're just going to do direct since they're real short. All right, pile 1. I heard him say 2 more. Help me get out of self. Help me get out of ego. Help me provide love, encouragement, and support. My right foot is itching. So whoever the person that you thinking about, this is definitely pertaining to love, but you know, whatever. How does this person feel about people who chose pile 1? Help me get, I heard him say 2. Help me get out of self. Help me get out of ego. Help me provide love, encouragement, and support. How do they feel? How does this man or woman feel about pile? Woo! How do they feel about pile 2? How do they feel about pile 2? How does this man or woman feel about pile 2? Oh, I see they want to jump. I'll give you one more. How does this person feel about, man or woman feel about people who chose pile 2? Oh, what am I doing? How does this person, I break the cards up for one deck. This is different. How does this person, oh, good God. How does this person feel about people who chose, whew. Oh God, this one got a lot to say. Let's give you one more. How does this person feel like the people who chose pile 1? Oh, God, dog, no. But I'll take them. It's 3 cards. I'm going to take them. I don't want to look at them. It don't matter. I'm still going to read them. How does this man or woman feel about the people who chose pile 2? Swore the truth. And I'll take this. How does the man or woman feel about the people who chose pile 3? Let's read these real quick. I'm trying to do a little Christmas marathon. For my other act. Ooh. Any more? Heard you say no? Yes? How did man or woman? Okay. All right. Here go your piles. Pile 1. Pile 2. Pile 3. For the camera. All right. Let's get started. For those who chose pile 1, how does the man or woman feel about you? Well, they love you, but they ain't going to tell you because they're stubborn as hell. They in that fuck boy, fuck girl energy. But they really thinking about if they should invest in you. They know you're very independent. They know they're about to lose you because they know that you done been there and done this shit before. You're very well traveled. They try to make you compete and put you in competition. But you ain't in competition with nobody. How does this man or woman feel about you? They could try to make you jealous. They could feel like you're a fuck boy or fuck girl. Okay, I got that. Is that what I'm saying? It's too many. I've been drinking too much. Listen, how does a man or woman feel about you? They could feel like you really love them and you're not saying nothing. They could feel like you know that you need to put some work in to be with this person. They could feel like you have some addictions, sex addiction, lust addiction, gambling addiction, some alcohol addictions, food addictions, some dysfunctions. Maybe your kids are growing up. Maybe you're invested in your kids, or you should be. Or you like quick fixes and you get really excited. You know, when you meet somebody, it's a fatter ass, more money. You know, your grass is greener. This is the 7 of Pentacles. So how do they feel about you? They feel like you need to invest, pour into them, work for something, nurture a relationship, cultivate a relationship. If you need some therapy, if you need some, you know, what is it? You know, get rid of some addictions, you know, some thinking, some psychological, emotional, physical, spiritual, verbal, sexual abuse. take care of, because they feel like you really love them. And I feel that. I feel like they know that you love them. They feel like you're very, very secretive, very, very wise type men and women. I see attachments. How do they feel about you? They feel like you have, this is a turtle, that you're very slow coming toward them, and that you have attachments, right? But they also feel like you're very, very independent, that you could take them or leave them, and then you like to do shit your way. I don't blame you, Power One. I'm channeling this too, because I'm nonconformist. Anything else, they definitely feel like you're a fuck boy, fuck girl type, very charming, very charismatic. You know how to say the right things. You like to play a lot of mind games. And they got to watch you. They feel like they got to watch you. Like, you know what I'm saying? They want to feel like they can trust you, but they got to watch you. What is this? I ain't got my glasses on. Yeah. But they feel like how do they feel about you? They feel like your playboy and play game girl days is either up or tired or both. Like, it's like tired. Like, it's tired. Like, ain't you tired of playing them games and, you know, manipulations and tactics? And I'm hearing, why he say, she say, I don't know, maybe you talk about them. Maybe you are a conquer and conquest type men and women. Maybe you like to be hunt. Maybe you like to be chased. Maybe you like both. A little bit of variety. How do they feel about you? They feel like you're very bold, very ambitious, but it's done got old. Some of them feel like you smoke. Some of them might feel like you're very sick. Chronically sick. You could have some mental health issues. So they feel like you're not getting a lot of sleep. You don't have a lot of people pouring into your spirit, energizing you. You're not getting the encouragement and support you want. It's like played out. They feel like you're played out, right? Get it, Geechee. I'm back to really looking at my cards, and I could be wrong. They feel like you suffer bouts of depression, anxiety, insecurities, and you masquerade it with this Knights of Wands, right? Because I'm just looking at how he's like, there's no life in him. So you could be the life of the party. You know what I mean? You could be a leader. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just telling you how they feel. And they just feel like it's played out. Played out. Played out. I forgot I was going to say something. Yeah. 4 of Wands. They feel like you want to have a relationship with them, right? Because the 4 of Wands is a genius card, but you see all that drama and chaos and partying and stuff. So they feel like every time you meet somebody that you feel like that has a high intelligence, or is a perfect match for you, they always present themselves as the representative of this man or woman, but then you find out, as the onion revealed, that they're zombies too, that they're not who they really say they are. So how do they feel about you? That you live in a fantasy and more idealistic. You like a lot of promises, a lot of illusions, a lot of idealistic type relationships, right? So they could feel like you like that honeymoon, that chase and stuff. What is this? How do they feel about you? Rewards, prosperity. They could feel like you're very prosperous and you have a lot of accolades and awards, and you accomplished a lot of stuff. But they could feel like you could be under some financial struggles, bad investments, bad relationships, and you hide and you masquerade it well. Anything else? Celebration, enjoy challenges coming. Yeah, they feel like you have a lot of highs and lows. You ever see those people? We just use women because I'm always using men. Feel like I'm beating up on men, or just women. You know what I'm saying? She look good, and they feel like you look good, and you know people like you, and when a flock of people leave, you got another flock coming. You get it like that, like, so you're gonna always be in demand. People like you and stuff, and so like your life for the party and stuff like that. But it gets old and it gets tiring. God, you got the wands. They could feel like you're a fuck boy, fuck girl, right? It gets old, like the party lifestyle, the player, single, non-committal lifestyle. You could be married, honey, in a relationship. Y'all know how you could be married or in a relationship. You still cheating, creeping, sneaking, and stuff like that. But this is how they see you. It's not what I'm saying. It's how they see you. I'm reading cards. But it's fun, though, because look, you got the birthday cake. You got the party celebrations, people coming in and out. You know what I'm saying? They could feel like when you go home, your house is your sanctuary, or you could easily open it up to people, or, you know, where you're at, right? But they do feel like you're very prosperous. You know, you get a lot of rewards, but they feel like it's ups and downs. It doesn't last that long, because I feel like they feel like you're not consistent and you're not honest, and you don't open your mouth and communicate your needs, your feelings, because you're not emotional. You're more cerebral. And I don't understand that, because I got the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is about love and emotions and stuff. But he can also be cold, right? Silent treatment and hold grudges, and it doesn't have to be upside down. And why I say that is because I got the 7 of Pentacles, and they feel like you need to be more invested in your mental, your physical, your spiritual, and emotional state, and get it back balanced. They feel like you need to be more controlling of, you know, how you view sex, how you look at sex, right? Because look at all these wands. Wands is about desire, lust, temptation, enterprise, business, and desire. Now I see wands. I see a lot of desire. I see a lot of sexual conquest. You could be very ambitious, very optimistic. You be very self-reliant. You could have that entrepreneur spirit. They could see you as a man or woman, have a lot of many streams of income. Entrepreneur. I see argue, but see how and you could be seen as a loner. You ever see somebody can be out in a crowd full of a whole bunch of people, but you still feel alone? They could feel like you have bouts of isolation, and you start thinking about what you need to get rid of, talk to people, places, and things. I don't know who this man or woman is, but they feel like I feel like they're more tapped into you spiritually, because I don't even know if you know this man or woman that you're asking about, but I do feel like, and why I say that is because it's the Seven of Pentacles. So it's like an outsider looking in. It could be a man or woman that you love, whoever you're asking about, and they're going, if she or he was more balanced, if they would stick it out, if they would understand relationships, if they would get therapy, if they would communicate their needs, their feelings, understand their own love language, their own communication styles, stop being so idealistic. Everything is not sex and desire and being an opportunist and stepping over people, and life is not always a party, or life is not always so serious, ambitious. Like, I feel like that, because this is the Seven of Pentacles, I think they feel like you need a strike, a balance. I'm hearing you need a good man behind you. You need a good woman behind you, because they feel like you have a lot of fraudulent people, a lot of energy vampires, a lot of people who just want to be in your limelight through affiliation. And I could be wrong. Anything else? I got real quiet. Yeah, they might feel like you need time to go off to yourself in solitude and figure out how to put your leg back on. So this zombie trying to put their leg back on, how to get your life back to where it needs to be, which is more substance, maybe intimacy, character, integrity. Because I feel like I see a lot of pride, and pride comes before the fall. They can feel, yes, we got it. Pride. You could be very proudful, very stubborn, because this is emotions. You know what I mean? You don't want to be so proudful. You don't know how to be apologetic, or somebody extending I call it Olive Garden, the olive branch to you. You know what I mean? You want to come down off that throne and humanize yourself and be more empathetic, because you are the king of emotions. And, you know, your queen, it's the king, but, you know, I'm just using the king. You have to change the gender. Being more emotionally invested in people. They feel like you pick and choose who you want to invest in. But this is you see, this is a tree full of coins. So they could feel like you're very good at money making, and you're very creative, and you're very lovable, and you're very ambitious, and maybe you have your own flair styles, and you make clothes and jewelry, and people find you very, very attractive. Because I don't want to leave you like that, because this man or woman thinks that you're all that and a bag of chips. I know y'all heard that before. I don't own that, but they feel like because it's so inconsistent, it's not consistent, it's ups and downs, ebbs and flows, that you need to be more solid, and you know. And so maybe they feel like you need to invest in yourself and look at what's important and discard and transmute what's not. And then I feel like they feel like you have some mommy daddy issues and some broken, hurt, wound, and trauma that you haven't dealt with, and they feel like you run away from it. But you are a leader. You are a leader, and you do stand tall. All right, that's it for pile 1. That was a lot. All right, for pile 2, what's these cards? Ooh, conflict, challenges, confusion, strategic. How does this man or woman feel about you? They could feel like you're very challenging, very confusing. Sorry I'm not invested in any of these. I can't read myself. And then if I do pick up, I'll be like, whoa. But that's how I do my reading. So I gotta give it raw, right? They feel like you're very passionate, very strategic, very methodical type men and women. But you're not easy. You're not easy, pile 2. You know what I mean? There's some conflict, there's some challenges, but they don't want to let go of you, because they feel like, you know what I'm saying, that you're theirs, right? You know what I mean? They just gotta figure out how to understand you, how to relate to you. How does this person feel about you? They could have a certain amount of guilt. Look at that, guilt. They could have talked about you. When you get the 5 of Swords and you got the what is this? The 10 of Wands. They could have easily talked about your body, shamed you, your looks, your finances, something like that. So how does man or woman feel about you? When they see you, they have a lot of guilt. They have a lot of guilt, and they're trying to figure out how can they come close to you or be with you without I'm not saying that this person don't want to say sorry and being apologetic because like he got a smile on his face, but how they could still, how she or he could still say face because what they did to you was wrong. Now, whether it was verbally, mentally, physically, spiritually, they talked about you, they picked somebody else over you. How do they feel about you? They have a lot of guilt. They have a lot of shame. They have a lot of regret. How does this person feel about you? That y'all could be meeting tower moments. Y'all could they could have very much betrayed you and they made that realization, or maybe they feel like you betrayed them. Maybe some trust was broken or something like that. Or how do they feel about you? They might feel like that you could be, I'm saying psychics and seers, and you feel intuitive shit that you know that their life is not what they say. And they're experiencing a lot of tower moments and shit is falling apart. Yeah. How does this man or woman feel about you? Why is he moving? How does this man oh, thank you, angels. You know how they say, don't burn your bridges because what goes up, what's come down. I feel like you, pal, too, you must have been very nice to this woman and this man, and they took you for granted, or they disrespected you, or they used you, or they didn't pour into you the way you poured into them, or they played a lot of mind games, confusion, challenges. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. And now they need you. Like they have to come back to you, so they have to eat humble pie. Now, I'm not saying they're coming back to you because I don't want that kind of reading. Here she is coming back. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying they made the recognition. How do they feel about you? Is that they did you wrong, and that they're going to have to see you as they come down, right? And down could be finances. They could be broken up with side pieces and missing Mr. Notorious side piece, their husband and wife, or they thought the grass was greener on the other side, or they betrayed you or talked about you or something like that. These people are eating humble pie. Right? Yeah. So how does this person feel about you? A lot of guilt. I see guilt. I remember when I did one on guilt, you know, I lost my channel. I had 900 videos. And then when people would clock in, I had a minimum of like 400 people looking at my videos, right? So when I would get like 3,000, I was happy. But now it's like I only get like 10 or 15, and that's fine. And I wanted to do one on guilt, right? Because I deal with a lot of guilt, and I looked for my guilt card, and Five of Swords talks about they could have talked about you bad. Could you imagine a man or woman too talking about you bad, and they have a lot of guilt with that? And this was another guilt card, right? Shaming you because they're overwhelmed and burdens and stuff like that. And they're going through a lot, and they have a lot of burdens, and they don't want you to know because they want to save face. Yeah, because I try to give you the meaning of the cards. What is this? Sword of truth. So how does this man or woman feel about you? Guilty. Guilty as charged, burnt bridges, took advantage of men and women who showed them some love, some real love, caring, interest, whether it's a crush, a co-worker, your ex-husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other. This is the power where men and women invested into men and women. I was going to say the wrong people. They might feel like they're the wrong person for you because they caused you a lot of tower and a lot of challenges and disadvantages and stuff. But they don't matter. They don't care because they have to figure out how they're going to come back to you. But this man and woman's not going to let you go. So how does this man feel about you? Possessive, jealous. And they also feel like how they can enrich your life and how you can benefit from what they've established, even through affiliation. That's what I'm hearing. I keep saying a house off the cuff. You guys, somebody, man or woman, you're going to be living with this man, woman, cyclops, something. Because I feel like their homes and stuff is getting disrupted. So how do they feel about you? That they know that you can sense something. Sword of truth. Yeah. Let me see the trials and actions. And I feel like this is a no contact. Could be a minimum limited communication, or your relationship is off and on, ebbs and flows when it's rocky. And I feel like your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, partner knows that they haven't been truly invested in you and they took you for granted, right? I feel like they know that you don't want you want clear communication. You don't want all this fantasy and illusion. It is what it is. Let's talk about it. If this is a crush or a side piece, because I put all them together, because you're not the primary, I feel like this person felt like they took you for granted and they thought you were going to always be there. So what goes up always comes down, and now they have to see you coming down. Right, they come down, and they're trying to hide, and they're trying to put on a facade, but they feel like you know. I feel like this is my spiritual intuitive power. Five of Hazards. Oh my God, y'all see me do all this in front of you. I do everything for poverty, financial loss, anxiety. Oh my gosh, what is that? Desperation, hope coming. This is Five of Hazards. This is like a lot of mental. Like this man or woman is Let me just tell you, before the new year come in, whether I'm wrong or right, I need y'all to hear this, pal, too. Whether I'm wrong or right, it does not matter. I send everybody a text and say I apologize, because I know that my mouth can be slick. And I know when I say something, even if I speak something prophetic to somebody or a seer, it might come off harsh, or they might not want to hear it, right? And so if somebody looking in and go, I thought she did that with just me. No, it's not just you. This is my gift. I see people on the street, I do this, right? So I know you want to feel like, oh, no, she just did it. I do it with everybody. I can show you my texts, I do it with everybody. It's because you have to come to a place where you have to be an adult, right? And you make a lot of mistakes. And I thought, but then you end up being a bigger person, right? You can sleep at night, whether you were wrong or right. It's not about being wrong or right. It's about bringing a new year in tabula rasa with a clean slate. And I feel like, and I say this to say, for people who chose 5 POW 2, this man or woman, look at that. They're going through a lot. They're destitute because they lost a good friend, a good lover, a good husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, a crush, or somebody who wanted to invest in them. And it's playing in their psyche. And this man or woman deals with so much pride and ego, so much caring about what they think and they have to be right, that it's playing over in their mind with guilt. And I don't know about y'all. Y'all know how I do my reads. I can't live my life like that. Like, it's more important for the man or woman to be right. Y'all can be right. You was right. But I'm going to sleep at night knowing that I apologize, because I'm 56 and I'm the bigger person. I've always been like that. Right. And it doesn't matter about me being right or wrong. And this is what this person is going through. They're going through anxiety, insecurity. They're experiencing a lot of financial loss. They're losing friendships. Look, the whole town, the whole flames. Like, where can you go? Groveling for food, looking for jobs. Relationships are not like they said, and this is just symbolic. They could be doing great, right? But they could be up all night, in the middle of the night eating, or they might not look the same, or getting dark under their eyes, or they're losing their looks, or they're aging, or something like that. Something that they're going through, a physical where they can see, or a mental or spiritual. They're having dreams and stuff. So how do they feel about you? They feel like this is their spiritual pal. They know that they did you wrong. This is my sword of truth. They know that you can unveil bullshit. You know that this man or woman is not who they say they are. They definitely owe you an apology, but they have a lot of guilt because they played into the destruction with vices, with destructive behaviors, with verbal, whatever they said, or maybe they talked about you, they said something to your face, and the demise of this beautiful man or woman who chose POW 2. And so that's how they feel. They have a lot of guilt. I hope I explained that right. Let's kick POW 3. Yeah, and my tarot cards is on top of these oracle cards. So let me see what they're, so that's just letting me know this is a major arcana that they're facing a lot of hurt and pain and betrayal. See, for everything that they gave to you, energy, symbolism, because this man or woman might not ever be yours. This could be a crush. They're getting it back 10 times full. And if you did have a connection or something to this person, they're getting it back. You know how they say what goes around comes around? Well, let me just tell you, this man or woman is getting back. That very fat ass and that man with the money, or the grass is green, or where they stay, they catching hell. They catching it. Let me tell you, and it was so, I'm hearing the ancients said it was so sweet. The ancients said it was so sweet. Oh my God. I feel the spirit. The men and women they chose you for, stay with them, stay with them. They set them up so good that they just sat back and relaxed, and then they pulled that rug from under them, and under that rug was snakes and alligators and knives and loss of income, and hit them with this and hit them with that, because for what they did to you, see this, because this plays in this person's mind, it's because they got sent somebody that was I'm going to say benevolent. Some of y'all could be Christians and Muslims and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And spiritualists and psychics and stuff like that. And just good men and women, they have to pay for it, right? This would be a good time for me to say, hi, Miss Sandra. I don't know why I got to shout you. I don't know what power you're going to pick. Let's go for POW 3. Everybody getting some shit. How does this man or woman feel about you? This could be a progression from 2. You could have chose 2. Now we're moving into 3. How does man or woman feel about you? They want to get in contact with you. They feel like they caused you a lot of psychological and emotional hurt and a lot of betrayal. And I just went through this whole thing about they're getting it back. So whatever they gave you, somebody gave it to them, because they could be experiencing this disaster. They could be in a rut. They could be in a ruin, financial ruin. Their friends Everything is just going everything is discombobulated, destruction, betrayal, disappointment after disappointment, despair. They got to start over. Oh my God, I'm 40, I'm 30, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 70, I'm 80. I got to start over. This relationship that I thought I had, people are just taking from me and doing all, because I feel like they are takers. And this is a wake-up call. And so how do they feel about you? They feel like they caused you some psychological and emotional distress. Now, some of y'all might have caused this man or woman some psychological and emotional distress, right? You could be the culprit. You could have been done all this stuff to you. But I feel like whoever caused whoever, there was an awakening. And the nice thing about the Ten of Swords, it talks about, it's like an atonement. It's like a nirvana going off, if you will. It's like a starting over, you know, a refresh. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're getting themselves back together, and they're cutting out toxic people, places, and things. So how do they feel about you, that they feel that they know that they caused you some hurt and pain, or you caused that person some hurt and pain? See, because they want a new beginning. They want to learn. They want to learn. Well, how do they think about you? They could think that you guys are, you know, reinventing yourself in the gym, looking really, really good, starting new businesses, got a new job, feeling really good about yourself, feeling very confident, learning different things in life, because this talks about an apprentice. They could, how are they thinking about you? That you're not stopping your life for them. You know what I mean? Somebody got a new haircut, new car, a new job, a new skill, a new creative. And you put your pride aside because you have to get up under somebody and learn. And so they're really, really proud. So how do they feel about you? Is that although they might have caused you some psychological, emotional, physical, spiritual, sexual, verbal, they could have rejected you. They could have not talked to you. They could have shunned you, breadcrumbed you, love bombed you, made you feel real, real good, like they really, really like you. And then they pulled the rug up under your, you know, feet or whatever. You know, used you, you know, how you invested in them. They just feel like as a man or woman, you got your stuff together. This is how they feel about you. I feel like they're very, very proud. I can't say nothing bad. Oh my God, I can see this. I feel like they're very, very proud of you. Yes, I feel like they feel like you accomplished a lot, you know. You have a lot of achievements, and they recognize your worth. And then they realize that the people like you. They actually genuinely like you. And people celebrate you. Some of you could be psychics and seers. And I'm seeing drummers and musicians and shit in this pile. Like, these are the people, how they feel about you. People might look at you as second best, but now they're seeing how beautiful and handsome you are, highly intelligent you are. You know, maybe you don't have the ideal body and shape and faces, and you're unconventional. Maybe you do. Maybe it's so many people, because you can buy faces and bodies now. But now they're recognizing you. But they also recognize how you got there, because this is not about how passionate you are, how people really like you and look up to you, and they listen to what you got to say. But this is not about this man or woman getting paraded and people looking up to you, because they see that. But they also know the story behind the card, like the struggle you went through as men and women. Like, now they're starting to see you as a man or a woman. So how does this person feel? They value you. They value you after they didn't appreciate you, after they maybe betrayed you. I don't feel like going through all that. And if this person didn't betray you, I'll be shocked, and you betrayed this person. If you betrayed this person might realize the hurt and pain that you did to this man or woman is because it was done to you. I want to make sure I said that. But how you changed your life around, because you could be verbally aggressive, right? You know what I mean? You could have cheated and lied. You know what I mean? You could be dealing with some mommy daddy issues, or it could be them. I want to lock myself in. How does this person feel about you? This person feels that you recognize that they're worth, and people parade them, and that you really see them for them. The angels told me that I don't want to miss that. You got to get it, because I don't know who this woman or man you're asking about. But they realize that you see the creativity, the hard work they put in, their ambition, their skill set. You know, I don't care if they have a certification. I don't care if they went to school, not going to school, dropped out of school. You see them, and you recognize them, and you value them. But you also understand that they're a struggle. So y'all kind of see each other the same way. And maybe that's what the person sees. This person sees that you see each other the same way, right? How does this person, they feel like you're their equal counterpart. And that's how you see each other the same way, that you know that y'all can work together and be successful together, and you could get committed or married. So let's just go through this. If this is your husband and wife, and you just looked in, your man or your husband, wife, boyfriend, or girlfriend value you. They realize the input and the struggle, and how hard you work, and how the sacrifices that you make for your family, or for yourself, or for them, or, you know, whether you're, you know, whatever, because y'all could be divorced, separated, whatever. But they realize, and the passion that that you put behind it, and how highly intelligent you are, and how nobody didn't give you anything. They recognize that, and they feel like you're their equal counterpart, right? And that y'all can work together. Now, are y'all perfect? And do y'all have the same thing or share the same ideas or the same skill sets? No. This is my LGBT pal could be looking into. You could be different. Somebody could be disabled. It could be mentally, physically, spiritually. I'm seeing somebody, your eyes are bad or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe have a handicapped leg or something like that. But at the end of the day, they feel like you're valuable. And this is how they feel about you, and they recognize that, and you feel like they're valuable. So this is the power where the man or woman recognizes that you recognize them, and they recognize you. You recognize each other's struggles, right? And if they cause you some pain, or you cause them some pain, but you're meant to be together. For single people, crushes or something like that, because I talk so much. This man or woman recognizes that you see them. I gotta say that you see them, because like they could be very famous and, you know, some degrees, entrepreneurs, selling incense on the corner. Just, they don't got none of that. Just nice looking men and women, good in bed, because we got all these desires and lust and stuff like that. But you don't see them for anything but who they are and their struggle. And that's what how they feel about you. Do you know what it feels like for a man to say to me, I see you, Terry, I see you. You know, you raised 3. You know, they're not perfect, y'all. They're not perfect. I don't brag on my babies, because they have to go out there and they have to fight to get salaries, you know, salaries or contracts or have their own businesses. People don't see that. That's funny, because they don't see that. They don't want to see that. They want to see the glamour. It's like the singers and the stars and Gladys Knight and them go, y'all didn't see when we had to go through the back door and we had to sleep in seedy hotels, and the toilets wasn't clean and stuff like that. And that's how I feel about my millennials. And that's what how this man or woman feels about you. You see them. You know that someone weren't always nice looking men and women. You know what I mean? I don't know if their teeth was bucks or their face was okay or whatever, but they grew into that. So they had, and then maybe they got the big head, but you see them. Maybe they were always nice looking, or maybe they were always smart, or maybe they come from dysfunction, but you see them. Maybe their parents was alcoholics, or maybe they didn't get a lot of love or something like that, or, you know, I mean, they have some dysfunctions, you know, or they have some destructive behaviors, or they're scared to love, or they're overly smothering or overly emotional. It's just, I'm just trying to make up stuff. But the creative part and their ambition and stuff, you see them and they see you, and this is how they feel about you. And I could be wrong. You know, my readings is a little different from everybody else. We're all different. That's why you have to go to other readers, because they're all exceptional, and they pick up and they tap into sometimes the same things, and a lot of times a lot of different things. But how do they see that they can celebrate with you, that you could be their equal counterpart, that y'all can share ideas together, that y'all can work together, that y'all can build together, that y'all can be successful together, that you recognize that they could have been from rags to riches to rags, but you see them. They could marry you, they could be committed, or they could work back on the relationship to get the relationship back together. How does this person feel about you? Well, I feel a lot of feelings here, but I also keep saying see. They see your value. They see your worth, and they see the pain that they caused you or other people caused you. Because maybe you experienced a lot of psychological and emotional hurt, and they see that. They see that, because this could be a crush, and I don't think a crush or somebody caused you so much pain and hurt, and maybe they did. I don't know. I don't want to get myself locked in, but they know that you've been through a lot of hurt and pain and betrayal and cheating and lied and stole on and hurt and physically, mentally, spiritually abused and stuff like that. And they see that, and they see that you put a lot of work in, and they see that you changed a lot. That's how they feel about you. And the last thing, how do they see you? They see you as how they feel about you, that you're very well traveled, that you stay on the move. You're not a stagnant type person. Look at that expansion, travel, that you will call. That's what I was just talking about the last pal. Like, this could be together, and because I said it in the reading, where sometimes you have to call and text people, and you have to make amends before the year is out. You don't have to. You can do what you want. Y'all grown. And I feel like this person knows that you could be the bigger man, the bigger woman. Good news coming. How do they feel about you? Take lead, they'll follow. Maybe they feel that you show them how to present yourself to the world, how to do it, how to make that first step. That's how they feel about you. But on a good note, y'all got somebody going to communicate with y'all. Now, I could be wrong. Later. That's how they feel about you.